Welcome to Center Heights Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. Thank you to my subscribers and followers. Muchly appreciate your support as we are building quite a community here of people that respect one another as Habs fans. Leave your comments after each video. Tell me your thoughts. Okay, this is a review of the Habs versus Capitals were in town in Montreal Saturday night, and Montreal came out with a unanimous victory, 6-2. Quite impressive. And one more thing, this channel takes great pride in not focusing on rumors. We tend to stick to factual information as it falls, and we take great pride in that, and we don't use clickbait to get you here. But anyway, now back to the game. 6-2 Montreal, quite a decisive victory. Impressive. Habs came out right from the gates in the beginning to stamp this game. All right, so let's get to it. Montreal comes out in the first period 2-1 lead, and they add to it in the second period with two more goals, never looking back at that point. And again, we get to the third, and there was 2-1 for Montreal, which adds up to a 6-2 victory. Great response from the Habs after a loss to the Islanders Thursday night, which we didn't do a video on, but we will do it after this one. We're a little behind. We were a little bit behind because we had some work in our outreach to do. So I will make up that video for you. But yeah, it was a little bit of a busy time there preparing for an event that transpired, and that's pretty crucial for us. That kind of has to take lead role when it comes up. Okay, so let's get to it. Right at 30 seconds out of the gates, Montreal, Cole Caulfield scores with a beautiful undressing Lindgren, and it was just a gorgeous goal. Good shot. Just, gets a break and takes a nice shot. And yeah, what more can you say about Cole Caulfield? Gets right back on where he left off. Beautiful. And of course, at 13-16 with Alex Ovechkin, Montreal's one of his favorite candidates to play. As he's assisted at 13-16. He's assisted by Beauvillier and Chisholm. So that ties things up. Then who other than Cole Caulfield once again, assisted by Nick Suzuki and Jaden Struble. Beautiful goal. And here we go once again with another an edge. Montreal leaves the first period. That was at 14-19. Montreal leaves the first period with a 2-1 lead. Then this was the backbreaker for the Capitals. There was no doubt about it. How they left Mike Matheson skate in was really beyond, and he wasn't going to miss this shot. Great assist by Bolduc and Alex Newhook, who got a point. Nice to see that with him back in the lineup. Good to see him back. It's good to see the Habs fairly healthy at this point for a change. Now that the Olympic break is over, pretty much everybody is back. So that was at 12:22, and then at 16:34 we get Kirby Dach getting one. Nice to see that as well, and Nick Suzuki assisting them. That ends the second period gives Montreal a 4-1 lead. Well, who other than 12 into the third period, 12-12, Alex Ovechkin, assisted by Dylan Strome and Beauvillier. We snuck in behind there, and how Newhook didn't pick him up, and how the defenseman skated away from him was beyond me in that play. Kind of a mental lapse there. Who am I looking for there? Dobson. Kind of left the assignment, but Newhook watching him should have picked him up. So there was the only downer there. So they get into 4-2, but great captain who is playing phenomenal. 16:44, Nick Suzuki gets a beautiful empty netter in the third period to add to Montreal's lead. at 1644. And what a wicked backhand. How he got that around with the power he put on it was kind of impressive with that empty netter. If you watch the replay, he just outbeats Ovi, who's on him, but just gets the shot and puts enough pep on it to hit the net. And the defenseman coming back, which I believe was Strom or somebody, they watch it go right by them. There was that much pep on the backhand shot. Great job by the Canadian. Love that goal. Good effort by Nick, who just keeps plugging away as usual. 1835, we get another empty netter with Jake Evans. He came off a series of block shots. Deserved this goal. Another empty netter as Washington was giving it everything they had. This was at 1835, and he just wires it down the ice. This just totally crushes any hope of the Capitals coming back. And good on Jake Evans. He deserved that after the amount of shots he blocked from Ovi. Pretty tough, pretty hard shots as well. They're darn well stung. Good job on Jakey. Good to see him get a goal. Habs played very well as a team and came out right from the beginning of the game with just impressive approach to the game. And let's see if we can get you some more info here. Let's get to it. Very quickly, we'll bring up the team stats. Shots on goal were 29-25, and this was a great performance by Dobish. He was solid as a rock in the net. That was great to see. We got some really solid goaltending from him. Looks a little, that like the break rejuvenated him as well. But to get this victory off the Capitals, this was huge. We were just getting torn apart by them all the time, it seemed. Couldn't seem to just steal a win. And they earned this win. And probably ran into a little bit of a tired Capitals team. But however, doesn't matter. They got the win and they capitalized on the Capitals being tired. And that's what you got to do, because a lot of times we didn't do that in the past. So the hits were 20-13 in favor of the Capitals. Face-offs won 27 apiece. This was fairly even battle. Face-off percentage was 50% apiece. Power play opportunities were in favor of the Capitals, 4-3. Power play goals, nobody had any. They got to work on that. Power play percentage was 0 for both teams. Shorthanded goals, 1 for Montreal. Great to see. And as they were killing, they had a 6-on-4 when Nick got his goal. So that was great to see. Total penalties 5-4 for Montreal. Penalty minutes 10-8 for Montreal. And block shots 13-12 for the Capitals. Takeaways 4-3 for the Capitals. And giveaways 16-15 for Montreal. They got to work on that a little bit. However, it was as if the Capitals almost left Charlie Lindgren, who was just back, out hanging dry, because he made some very big saves in this too. Some of those power plays, he really robbed the Habs. So you couldn't knock him for this defeat. This was a team loss for the Capitals. They just didn't come in, and they looked tired. They looked flat, and they were flat. With Carlson missing, that made a difference too on their power play for the Capitals. So good on us. We took advantage of it. Way to go, Habs. This was a inspiring game. This is what the Habs need. Good response, and got solid goaltending from Dobish, who comes out with another win. This is what we want to see. And after, like I say, a rough loss to the Islanders, letting them back in on Thursday and taking the game from them, which was a little bit heart wrenching, but they got a point out of it. And we'll do, like I said, we missed that video, but we will do it after this one. Get up, and then we'll be up to snuff. Got a little lax there after the Olympics. Glad to see the Olympics over, because unfortunately it went the way I suspected it. I predicted it, and many around my friends around could tell you I projected it. We were going to lose that thing, and we did. I just don't like. It was sad in that Olympics, I'm sorry to say, but even our first pairing defense were the reason we lost and were scored upon in that game. So you can have an offensive pairing who are great offensively, but They just did not look good in that Olympics defensively. So you got to congrat the Americans for taking advantage of it, but it was just I projected it, and I was just glad to see it behind us. Sad to see Crosby not be able to finish it off and come back. Sad, really sad, because that's probably his last opportunity. Knowing that tells you the injury's got to be serious. So I just wanted to add that in there. Thank you for watching. Go Habs, go, and we'll be back when the following game. Uh, yeah, and we'll see who the Habs are. I think they may be playing Monday night. Anyway, we will get more into that when it comes and catching that review. God bless. Not many games left. They're all crucial. Uh, you've seen it here where the puck drops first. That's